Welcome to the Board of Selectmen meeting, July 11th, 2022. Please rise for the salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Moment of silence for Joseph Eisenman. Joseph devoted his life to educating children in the Abington school system, first as a teacher, then as an administrator. He was an assistant principal at Abington Junior High School, then principal at both the Woodsdale and Center schools. During his morning announcements, he was very encouraging to the students and the staff, and was known to end each session with the comment, "That is all." He retired in 1992 and pursued as many interests, including sports, fishing, meteorology, travel, reading, and spending time with his loving family. Joe was an athletic and educational mentor to his children, and his successes can be directly attributed to his skills, kindness, and leadership as a father. He had a great sense of humor, was a wonderful listener, and gave great advice. He was a gentleman first and foremost, and he will be greatly missed, and memories of him will be fondly cherished. Thank you. Okay, gentlemen. First, vote to approve the minutes from July 13th.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes from the June 13th, 2022 meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. I'm sorry, any public announcements?
Oh.
And I tried to avoid that, but
Oh, of course.
I'm sorry, Alex, go right ahead.
It's okay. No, I actually, I have a quick public announcement for the community today. But before I do, I just want to wish every one of our residents, our seniors, our students, and our businesses a very, very safe and healthy and very fun summer. Please, especially with our kids going to summer camps and sports and activities, please be safe. Be smart, too, as well. Enjoy the summer months and just be safe. And the last, my big public announcement for today is, so we have an event coming up on this Saturday, and I wanted to do something for it. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy, Hakuna Matata. Sit out under the stars at the Nisby Bandstand on Riley Field this Saturday, July 16th, for a movie night featuring 90s Disney classic, The Lion King. Everyone's favorite circle of life tale starts at sundown. The night of family fun is graciously being provided by Griffin's Dairy Farm, the Abington Lions Club, the Park and Rec Department, and the Council on Aging. Be prepared. The Abington Lions Club will be rustling up some grub at the concession stand from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with delicious burgers, hot dogs, chips, popcorn, movie candy, soda, and water. Thank you to all who have worked tremendously hard to make fun community events like this one happen, and for all Abington residents and even people outside of Abington to enjoy. So with that being said, see you in the Pride Lands under the stars for The Lion King this Saturday, July 16th at the Nisby Bandstand. That's all I have for announcements, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Alex. Kevin, do you have anything?
No, my only one was I was hoping Alex would have sang that for us tonight.
We can go back?
Alex, would you like to maybe?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, fine. All right.
Really twisted his hand there.
Oh, okay. Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata, ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. There you go.
That was perfect, all right?
Alex, we were kidding.
Dang it.
Mike? anything?
Nothing.
All right, I just have one, a lot of you might already know about this, but Abington Copes was formerly the Abington Substance Awareness Coalition, is hosting a 5K road race on September 18th. This is the date that the Jeff Coombs Foundation used to do it. Now Abington Copes hopefully will take it over. It's at Woodsdale School, and you can register online at racewire.com. It's up on the Facebook page, and we will be announcing it several times between now and then. September 18th, 9 a.m., Woodsdale School, Abington Copes 5K road race. Thank you. Okay. Request for appointment to Old Colony Elder Service, Ann Welch. I believe that's the only application we have.
Mr. Chairman, after review, I would like to make a motion to appoint Ann Welch to the Old Colony Elder Services.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Request for appointment to Park and Rec, Janie Woods.
Mr. Chairman, upon review of the application, I would like to make the motion to appoint Janie Woods to the Park and Rec Commission.
Second.
Any discussion?
Actually, before we complete, is there a specific term on it? Okay, perfect.
That's the only one.
Yeah. What was it to, are you asking if it's to finish?
Yeah, is it to finish or is it a full term? I'm wondering if we need to specify, just on the safe side.
I would fill the empty seat.
I think there was 3 openings, we only have 2, right? But there was 1 opening, right?
Since I know we have one opening.
All right, then I don't need to amend my motion.
Yeah, Park and Rec. This would just go, would be effective July 1st for a full term. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Time being 6:38. Would you like to give your town manager's report for the next 2 minutes?
I might need slightly more than 2 minutes. But I will say, for the most part, we're working on closeout of last year, and that's part of what we're doing here tonight with our year-end transfers. And just getting ready for, all our new fiscal year projects that we approved at town meeting, things like, putting the aquatic treatment out to bid and projects like that. I did meet with the contractor who's going to be doing the library roof. That should be starting in October. That it's quite a big project. There'll be a big staging area. Hopefully it's only going to be about 3 weeks, but there's quite a bit to do out there. And other than that, we're going to have a meeting with the ARPA working group tomorrow, and we'll start looking at how we can, effectively use the ARPA money. I made an offer of employment to Chris Carmichael. He's the building commissioner currently down in Fairhaven. He'll be taking the position that's been vacated about a year ago now by Marshall Adams. Looking forward to working with Chris, and I will bring him in to meet with this board probably in August, at your August meeting. And finally, we were in land court or through a Zoom meeting today with 10 Railroad. The issues there continue to vex the building and fire departments. They're very slow in complying with our requests. We were actually in court at their request. As you recall, We issued them quite a few fines several months ago, trying to get them to come into compliance. They had not done so. We had placed a hearing officer in this board appointed a hearing officer so we could hold a hearing. And as they wanted to appeal those fines, the hearing officer did not turn over those fines. He found that we were well-suited in what we did. So the next step was the applicant 10 Railroad filed in land court, or actually in the housing court. So they were there today, and unfortunately, housing court gave them a further extension to come into compliance, which is not unusual. So I will talk with our attorney, Greg Corbo, tomorrow and see what other options. We're going to continue to find them. We're going to, if it's feasible, I'd like to see Greg Corbo file in Superior Court to get this moving a little bit quicker.
How much time did housing court?
30 days. So, they have some suppression in there. They're going to actually do a test supposedly to make sure that it meets a certain criteria. There's a fair amount of combustibles in there, and then beyond that, we know it's just not been maintained well. And it's getting to wit's end with it. So we'll continue to try and move it along, and I'll let you guys know.
All right. The next hearing is 640, request to transfer a Class 2 and commercial license from LA Auto Body and Repair to LA Used Cars to AM Auto Collision Center and Sales, 933 Brockton Ave. Matthews Morera, manager. And Mike will take it from here.
All right.
You guys come up to the podium, please.
If you each want to just give your name.
Matheus Moreira,
Okay.
Juliano dos Anjos.
Okay. And you guys are just transferring? Who has the license now? Okay. And you're transferring to him? And nothing's changing?
No, it'll be the same.
Everything's the same? Okay. You guys have any questions?
I'm just curious on here, there's no number of cars for repair or spaces, nothing was filled out there, and I just was curious on that. This is LA Used Cars. It's going from LA Used Cars to another one?
AM Auto Service.
Okay. So, okay.
It looks like you have spots for 18 autos for display. Looks like 9 spaces on the other side, that's for your auto body part. And then it looks like you got 2 employee spaces over here and 3 employee spaces over here. So that's a total of 38, so.
Yeah, no, I'm
No, no,
looking
no.
good, I'm just. Scott, this would be the same layout, it's not on here, but the same,
Yeah, there's just no change to, this is actually, I think, the layout that was used for LA Auto.
do we need anything in the motion for that, or?
Just to say that there'll be no changes to the parking,
Okay.
that you're gonna use the existing plan. I've never gotten any complaints about it or any issues with it.
Right.
I think my only question is where do the customers park?
They said 3 employee and customer spaces.
Oh, I see it, yeah. And then you have 2 employee over here, so, yeah, it looks good.
Alex, you okay?
Yeah, no, so at the most, at one time, 38 cars on the property? Okay. Does that need to be included in the, just the license? Or are we just going with staying the same, so?
Yeah, nothing's changing, so whatever the current license is allowing.
Need a motion to close the public hearing?
Oh, did you open it?
No,
I did.
sorry.
Just checking.
so I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make that motion. Okay.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I'll entertain a motion.
Actually, hold on, let me click on.
Make the motion to request to transfer the Class 2 and commercial garage licenses from LA Auto Body and Repair and LA Used Auto Cars to AM Auto Collision Center and Sales, 933 Brockton Ave. Matthias M. Marrera, manager, with no changes to the layout in the cars.
I'll second.
Great. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
All set.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
And I will turn the meeting back over to Alex.
Hit the gavel. There we go.
That's good, doesn't it? Okay, review year-end transfers. Andrew, I guess that's why you're here.
I am here for that. All right, I've passed out the list of transfers, and we can start going through it. So the first proposed transfer is from police salaries to a variety of accounts, and we can go through these one by one.
And we have a surplus in police salaries because we don't have enough police officers.
Correct, there are many vacancies.
Okay.
So the first transfer is to town manager's salaries in the amount of $27,000. The part-time admin assistant is now full-time, and that's covered in the '23 budget. We also would like $7,500 for assessor's salaries. That's leave payout for one employee. Treasurer collector salaries, $10,500. Leave payout for two employees. Town council expenses, $60,000. There's a lot more expenditure for legal fees this year.
Yeah, much of that was obviously driven by our scrap metal issues and then the issues that we just were speaking about, 10 Railroad.
Not as bad as Boston.
Not as bad as Boston.
Planning board salaries, $18,000. An employee changed from 19 hours per week to 29 hours per week. Building inspection salaries, $21,000. There was leave payout for one employee, and there was extra part-time help during the year. Weights of measures expense, $1,000 for higher equipment costs. Waste collection expenses, $100,000 for higher disposal and fuel costs. Council on Aging salaries, $15,000. An employee was moved, but was being paid out of the grant and is now being paid out of the general fund. Veteran salaries for $14,000. That's a stipend for the veterans assistant. Unemployment, $24,000. There's a lot more expenditure this year. And Medicare, $12,000. That's the employer share of leave payouts and any remaining payrolls that we have left. The second proposed transfer is from election salaries, $6,000, to town clerk salaries for $2,000, town clerk expenses for $3,000, and registrar's expenses for $1,000. What's going on there is that there's a census project that's going on, and there's a lot more hours and postage expenses that need to be covered to make sure that project is successful. The third proposed transfer is from highway expenses, $25,000, to highway salaries for the same amount, and that is the leave payout for one employee. The fourth proposed transfer is from water expenses, $1,000, to water salaries, $1,000, and that's for the cost of police details.
Any questions from the board?
How will this go moving forward? We transferred from the police salaries, but, I mean, how is this going to affect us moving forward?
So this is for the fiscal year that just ended, so it's not going to affect this year's budget.
It's closing out last year's books.
But I mean,
So we, not only did we budget that, and we did add to the budget for additional employees. So we do have 3 in the academy, that'll eat that up plus.
Yeah.
But that extra, it looks like it's an extra 310, that is still in the budget next
Okay.
year, plus more.
Plus one.
Right?
Yeah, that money was generated by vacancies in fiscal '22,
Yeah,
so it's not going to be spent.
okay. The weights and measures, higher equipment costs, was that like a one-time thing, or is that like a long-term?
There were some purchases, but
Okay. And
It should just be a one-time expense. He does have expense, and we did up his, I believe we went up 2% on his salary too. But
the planning board, I know you said it, 19 hours a week to 29 hours a week, was that just
Yeah.
one employee, or is that like replacing one, or?
No, that was Liz. She was spending time at the library. She was spending more time at the library. She was always, between the two buildings, a full-time employee, but we took it onto this side and asked her to work more. Again, she's been the one who's been in the lead for putting together the grants and things like that.
So it's just going from the library to here?
Yeah, but the library also was looking for more, so they ended up with that part-time, I think they also hired a part-time person this year to make up for it too.
The,
At town meeting, we proved that.
the Council on Aging, that grant, is that grant ended, or are we looking at, were we able to get another grant, or?
their formula grant is every year,
Okay.
so it should be ongoing.
And then the unemployment was higher than anticipated expenditures, is that, again, like a long-term thing we're looking at, or is that just a one-year thing?
Depends
What was
on the market.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, people, we have to carry a certain amount of liability for, we're a direct payer for unemployment, so when somebody leaves, we can't predict the future. Let's hope we don't need it.
and just a question, I might be naive in this one, but the water expenses, that was, would that have came out of that account, or would water have an enterprise account, or?
Yeah, so water was a special revenue fund, but as of July 1st, it is now an enterprise fund.
Okay.
What was your question?
I just didn't know if is it coming out, is that $1,000 for the police details for the water coming out of their account, or is it
Yes.
coming out of the town, like itself?
It's coming out of the enterprise fund
Okay,
now.
thank you.
Any other questions?
No questions. I think I asked
Need
them
a
all.
motion to approve?
Yeah. The process in this is we'll ask you to approve this, and then we're meeting again on Wednesday night with the Finance Committee, and we'll ask the Finance Committee to approve it also. And that keeps us in compliance and keeps our Finance Director happy.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion that we approve the FY22 year-end transfers.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, so did you finish the town manager's report, or do you have more?
Just real briefly, there's some legislation that is being kicked around. As you know, they're looking to extend our ability to have our Zoom meetings and hybrid style meetings, and as they approved for the pandemic. But there is a amendment, and I believe it's on the House side, that would require us to offer all committee and all board meetings in a hybrid fashion to allow remote participation, which would mean all. It would be very difficult. So if you happen to run into your legislatures, maybe you might want to ask them what the thought is on it, because again, we're going to be doing a lot of work in this particular room and in that room, in the Buckley room, to upgrade our system. So we will be able to do hybrid meetings in here. We'll be able to have an interactive for better connectivity through cable. But
And that's starting in August?
they're probably going to start by the end of this month working on this room, and hopefully by our August meeting, maybe it'll be done. But it would be very difficult if every board or every committee had to offer something like that. So we'll keep an eye on it.
So, our next meeting, Scott and I were talking, I think we only need one meeting in August, and I would prefer to put it off more towards the end of August, just in case there things did come up. So I'm thinking, August 22nd, which would be the fourth Tuesday, fourth Monday. Is that good with everyone?
That works for me.
Will Tim be back from the Hall of Fame by then?
Let's hope.
All right, so we'll meet on the 22nd of August as our next meeting, unless something comes up that we have to meet. All right, if there's nothing else, I think I said we'd be out of here by 7, so I'd like a motion to,
Kevin made it.
So moved.
is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.